I will call the Construction Projects Committee meeting to order at 7:02. Present from the committee, Mr. Mosier, Mr. Farrington, Alderman Dowd, Alderman McCarthy, and Mr. Hallowell. Also present, Mrs. Oden. Architect's report.
The building has gotten to the point where the corridors have been being turned over, the cafeteria and the 2 public bathrooms coming to the entry. We're scheduled to punch those out in the next couple of days. The project has been moving smoothly. There's still quite a bit to get done between now and the end of April, I believe, is the completion date. Things are going fairly well.
Rebuttal?
Sorry.
Go ahead, Chief.
I can elaborate a little bit further. We did top coat pave the main parking lot, the courtyards to the
East.
west?
West side.
Towards the main
West
parking
side.
lot, that
Other ones,
whole side of the building with all of those wings, that's all been top coated. We've left the back of the building not top coated for now because teachers were in the middle of moving in this past week, and we were trying to keep traffic flow and the school open. So we didn't do the back, and we've got to pull out some storage containers that we're using for storage. So we're going to work into the fall. We're going to get those storage containers empty, and then on one of the days in which we don't have school, I can't remember which day that is, but we're going to have Continental pave it. Worst case scenario, we might look at, if for some reason that day gets rained out, we might look at just having them come in around 3:30 in the afternoon and pave to dark. It's not a huge area, so we just want to make sure we beat the fall temperatures and get everything paved like we promised and we talked about. So outside, the building's looking really good. The soffit work is pretty much coming to a conclusion, except for the wing that we're currently working on, which I think might be the last wing in which we have to finish the soffits. Mm-hmm. So we've got some painting to do on the soffits, and we've got the stucco to do around the high part of the cafeteria. Inside, like Dan said, main corridor's done, complete, washed, waxed, ready for everyone to move in. Cafeteria, all the steel's been done in the cafeteria, the roof's back in place, the whole room's clean, and I think basically this week we're just working on a little bit of final cleaning. So we are all set. We have CO and temp CO in hand. Kids are coming back to school on Tuesday, and we don't envision any problems with that.
The one thing we did not get to was the resealing or finishing of the cafeteria floor, and we'll grab that during school vacation, one of the school vacations.
So right now we're working on B wing, which is the wing that we partially started this summer, and now we're going in earnest to finish it. Should be done end of September, and then we have one more wing to do, F wing, which will take us till, I can tell you, to December.
Yeah, Christmas.
And then the only area we'll have left after that is the old admin area, which is broken up into several phases because one side's music and the other side has some classrooms. So we kind of have to tackle that in both ways, keep the hallway open, the one with the crack in the floor. And things are going good. Next month, we're probably going to bring forth a couple of things that we're going to talk about. There's some doors that are going to the cafeteria that are kind of in really tough shape, and then the crack in the floor was never written into our contract. At this point in time, we're, knock on wood, we're doing really good with running into things that weren't. We're not running into things that we didn't anticipate. So the budget is looking good overall on our side, so we'll probably bring those forth as contingency expenditures and have you guys take a look at them. We'll bring some photos and pictures of the doors and stuff like that. But beyond that, there's really no other changes or anything happening. We're just plugging along.
Alderman Dowd?
You think you can find a way to level that corridor out that has the big crack in it?
Yeah, we'll get it stripped, you know, we've got a plan, we're gonna get it stripped and we'll put some crack protection on there and, you know, take the advice of the flooring subcontractor, we'll get it fixed, so hopefully it doesn't crack again and we'll refloor it. I think if I recall, it was around $11,000 for the flooring in that corridor.
Mr. DeWall?
Just to let you know, as a follow-up to, this is really for the public's knowledge also, this B-wing that we're doing, you had some serious deflection in the overhang of that building from snow loads, to the point where we had to jack up and push it back up in order to get the new steel in. So it was warranted, just to let everybody know.
Mr. Smith?
Just to follow up with some, maybe something for next month, the stage lighting in front of the Sunset Heights stage was taken down and meant to just be replaced when the renovation was complete. However, the lighting looks original to the building. It's braided wiring with asbestos in it. So some of the lighting was disposed of. We did manage to save a few of the fixtures, but probably come back to you with some request for funding to replace those. So it's we'll do a better, we'll probably go with LED lighting or something like that, which is a lot less expensive to run.
Mr. Farrington?
Sounds like I need to get my bid in early. How much is left in the contingency?
$150,000, I think.
How much was it to replace those units, those storage units or cabinets in the?
The sink-based units?
Yeah.
It was in the range of 120, 130,000.
Okay, thanks.
I mean, should you decide to do some of those, if you could let us know next month or so, we could try to get those fitted in and replaced. It would have to be during school vacations,
Yeah.
so we would need some lead time in order to get those things, get them manufactured, in order so they'd be ready to go in that week timeframe. So.
Sorry.
Mr. Hallowell?
Was that the sink unit? Were those sinks
Yeah.
that we were replacing?
Yeah, the laminate, a lot of it's laminated, right?
Yep.
Yeah. We had a problem with there and Broad Street also, but didn't have the money, so I just wondered if maybe we could find a way near the end here.
I guess my reaction to that is if we still have HVAC stuff to take care of elsewhere in the district, I'd almost rather hold back on, and put the money towards
Your
that.
choice. It's your choice, that's fine.
But
Well, can we repurpose that money at this point?
I think we can repurpose, certainly at least that much came from cash proceeds on other things and not from bonds. So, there's money in there that we had transferred from the capital equipment or the capital reserve fund, so we can certainly move that to somewhere else without an issue.
That's it.
Any other questions from the committee? In that case, I would ask for a motion to approve payments in the following amounts. To Harvey Construction, $688,247.35. To Harriman A&E, $1,566.65. To John Turner Consulting, $2,265. To Page Street Rentals, $285. And the acceptance by Mr. Farrington. Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And the motion carries. Any other business for the committee?
Yeah, one thing on this picture in front of that, what looks like an air conditioning unit? Is that wide enough so a car could go through there and hit it?
Yeah, it's the angle that that's taken at.
Could we?
It's deceiving. We had 10-wheelers make the corner, so.
No, I was thinking somebody, running in or backing between these two. Should we put another bollard in the middle?
Oh.
now.
I hate to do that now where it's just paved. I mean, we'd have to patch the paving in. I mean, if it's your desire, we
You
could.
just drill a hole. It's just,
Which picture are you looking at? The one you
first
just-
one,
It's no different than Broad.
Oh, I see.
how
Those were
much
done-
would it cost if somebody ran into that?
It is no different than Broad Street. I think every one of these were put in the same similar nook at that school too.
It just looked as, get a more direct shot than we had at Broad Street.
But that opening isn't as wide as a car, right?
It's gonna be close. Well, you could catch it. If you were diagonally backing up your corner of your car, it would certainly hit it, absolutely.
Just
As long as it's not a school district vehicle, somebody else's insurance is paying for it.
Why do we have cars backing up that close?
Shouldn't be in there anyways. Actually, there's a gate anyways, isn't there? A
Yeah, on
chain
the
gate?
opposite side near the gym, there's a chain, and not on this side, but on the opposite side. Ball field side. Keep people from driving back there, parking all over the property.
I mean, if we can do it, then.
Could we put a chain across that
Sure.
instead of so at least you gotta run in, unless you've got a good head of steam going, assuming if you're backing up, you're not doing 30 miles an hour.
I'm not sure the chain would
Do
protect
much.
it, to be honest with you. We could add another one, certainly. We just have to try to core the asphalt and patch it back in, that's all. It's just a shame it was just done.
I don't think we need it.
That's the outside classroom.
If
Looks
you get a
good.
chance to go back there, it's gonna be a nice spot.
Somebody backs in, they get money in the school deferred capital.
We're not done. Just get brick pavers in there,
Deferred maintenance account, they can.
a little gravel walkway to it.
Out of curiosity, how much does that air conditioning unit cost?
Had to take a guess on that size condenser? It's probably $10,000 to replace it. To replace it in kind, I mean, to
How
disconnect.
about just a sign that says this thing costs $10,000, back
No
up
way.
carefully.
About $30?
You break it, you own it.
This object is $10,000 closer than it appears.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
Mr.
Well,
Howell,
while we're here, where do we stand on the Mount Pleasant and Elm engineering analysis? Do we proceed with that? Where are we?
Yeah, we're proceeding with it. Harriman's come, picked up all the applicable drawings for the two schools. They've concentrated on Elm Street because they actually did a pretty good review of Mount Pleasant earlier. In fact, today, you probably carry on, they were there.
We actually had a walkthrough with Kyle just to go through and make sure we're providing the information Kyle needs to do the estimate. We've done the as-built drawings, as Sean said, we actually borrowed the drawings maybe 4 weeks ago. We've drawn those into a CAD file. We returned those back to Sean and Gary, and we actually gave them a disc of the drawings, so they have that on file as well as hard copy. We're scheduled for the 31st to come in with the engineers to go through all the mechanical and electrical spaces. So there'll be about 4 people going over both schools.
Okay. That's going to be a large undertaking, putting that together. And I guess what would be helpful, but it'd have to be done quickly because we're working against the time frame of having something prepared for November.
Well, I'd like to feed it into the city's capital improvement program.
And what would be extremely helpful is maybe a quick review by this committee in some direction in terms of how you want to see that estimate put together. I mean, I don't know where you draw the line in that school. After walking it today and seeing the condition that some of these things are in, you know, do you want to see one number? Do you want to see some things broken out separately? It would be nice to know ahead of time while we're putting it together. So a little feedback would go a long way.
I'm going to guess we want it broken out as much as possible, because if it's a really big number,
I know, but sometimes one item may entail 3 or 4 things, which, you know, I could flag it or set up the estimate in such a way that I could quickly call that out under a report if you wanted to see what that separate number was. I guess having some direction in terms of how much you really want to do out there would be valuable to us.
So before we do that here, I think we still face the issue that at the moment, those other projects are school department maintenance projects and not
Right.
in the province of joint special. So it would be good if the Board of Ed asked us to take a look at that.
Okay.
did we do that before doing any analysis on the other schools? Thought we had done engineering analysis on the other schools before it actually went to joint special, no?
On Birch Hill and Main Dunstable we have, but we haven't for these 2 schools. That's what we're doing now is the engineering analysis.
Okay.
I mean, the school department's free to just do that on their own and get the engineering analysis done, but if we want to use this committee's, you know, expertise, then we should probably
Okay.
have it set up that way.
All right, well, we'll talk about, figure out how to
Well,
get the ball rolling.
If we could keep it on a calendar event, if we're looking, Dan, are you thinking?
We're trying to shoot for the end of September to have at least a good portion of it done.
I'm thinking, you know, maybe the September meeting, if we could, maybe at this group, look at it and try to establish some sense of what you want to see, that would be extremely helpful.
Okay, well, I mean, I would like to try to, since this committee exists right now, it would be nice to use this committee to help refine things. I don't think there's a lot of expertise on the board outside of the people that are already here from the board on terms of construction stuff. So
Okay.
we'll see if we can get it on the next board meeting agenda, which would be
12th.
12th. And then this meeting would be
Be the last Thursday of the month.
last Thursday. So yeah,
22nd.
I think we should be able to do that.
That'd be great.
I mean, I don't think we need to go to finance or anything. We probably just ask Mrs. Ziem to put it on the agenda. I think we've talked about it enough that it shouldn't be a problem. And then I'm going to ask one from left field. The other night at the regular board meeting, we were informed that the Burke Street, I don't know what you call it, renovation wouldn't happen for a while. I was just curious whether anybody has reached out to you guys for your expertise on that particular building. Outside of me, because I think I've
No,
asked you.
there has been, and we put a proposal together and gave it back to the engineering house, and it came back, they said, thanks, but no thanks. So,
The engineering house.
Hannah Swanson. They had the lead on the project right now, so we gave them a proposal to go in there and do an evaluation and an estimate and what have you, and it came back that they were going to hold on that for now. So my understanding was that they were tasked with doing that, and that's what they wanted, well, the committee, whoever they're working for, wanted them to do. But, so, yeah, we
Burke
did
Street?
reach out, we did put a proposal together, so,
The Burke Street project?
yeah.
Actually, HKT is the.
Or, excuse me, I may be mistaken, yeah, whoever the lead is. Well, whether they got their own sources to do that, you know, but it came back that, thank you, but no thank you, so.
Okay, well, I'll just mention it here. Seems to me like it would be great to get a second opinion there. It's a significant, apparently, a significantly different story than what other people thought. And I think the lack of information on that has been deafening. So it would be nice to see some reports that describe exactly what's going on. I don't know what committee is handling that as far as the Board of Aldermen or how that works, but
None, because it's under the purview of the Board of Public Works. Until they ask for money.
are there public reports on what they've found in terms of Brook Street?
I think there have been some things in the Public Works minutes. I suspect the actual discussion has taken place amongst primarily staff, so I'm not sure that there's any public committee that's doing any work on it at the moment.
Okay, I was just surprised to learn that was going to be 2 years away or more.
Could I just, so the whole thing, the office building and the, whatever that large building should be called, that all belongs to Public Works now?
At the moment, yes.
Okay, thanks.
Any other questions, comments?
Move to adjourn?
Motion is to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries, and the Construction Projects Committee is adjourned at 7:25.
Okay, I'd like to call a joint special school building committee to order. It's Thursday, August 25th, 2016. We're at the Nashua High School North Lecture Hall. And if Mr. Smith would read the prayer, and Mr. Mosier lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Almighty God, we have the high honor and serious duty to manage the educational affairs of our beloved city. Fill us, O God, with a spirit of unity and understanding, which enables us to face our multiple problems with a serene mind, with justice and charity for all, so that any and all decisions made by us will always be for the betterment and greater happiness of all our fellow citizens. So help us, God.
Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would the clerk please call the roll?
Alderman Dowd.
Present.
Alderman McCarthy.
Present.
Alderwoman Melissa Golia. Alderman Moriarty.
Present.
Alderman Shoneman. Mr. Farrington.
Here.
Mr. Hollowell.
Here.
Mr. Mosier.
Here.
Ms. Oden.
Here.
Ms. Ziem. And we do have a quorum.
We have a quorum. Alderman Lazigolia is down at the Go Back to School event and cleaning up from a very successful event held yet again to send the children back to school in Nashua. Okay, so we don't have any need for non-public. Previous meeting minutes approval, Alderman McCarthy.
Move that the minutes of the Joint Special School Building Committee meeting held Thursday, July 28, 2016 be accepted, placed on file, and that the readings be suspended.
So the motion is to accept the minutes of the previous meeting of Thursday, July 28, 2016, waive the reading and place them on file. Any discussion? No. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Alderman McCarthy? I think that's, okay, remarks by chairman. Thank you all for coming out on this nice evening. And I'm sure we'll cover it in a little more detail, but it was nice to hear that the Sunset Heights School is ready for classes next week, and job well done. Okay, remarks by school administration, Mr. Smith, nothing? Okay, Construction Projects Committee report, Alderman McCarthy.
Move that the minutes of this Construction Projects Committee meeting held Thursday, July 28, 2016 be accepted and placed on file.
The motion is to accept the minutes of the meeting held Thursday, July 28, 2016 of the Construction Committee and place them on file. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Alderman McCarthy.
Move that the rules be so far suspended as to allow for an oral report of meeting held earlier this evening.
The motion is to so far suspend the rules, allow for an oral report of a meeting held early this evening of the Construction Committee. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Alderman McCarthy.
The Construction Projects Committee met earlier this evening and received an update on the building, which is ready to receive students next week. We have the temporary CO. The committee took no actions other than to recommend the approval of the following invoices. To Harvey Construction, $688,247.35. To Harriman A&E, $1,566.65. To John Turner Consulting, $2,265. To Page Street Rentals, $285, and the acceptance of a $9,510 payment for rebates from the utility companies. And I would move that the Joint Special School Building Committee approve those invoices.
Okay, the motion on the floor is to approve the following invoices. Harvey Construction, $688,247.35. Harriman A&E, $1,566.65. John Turner Consulting, $2,265. Accept the utility company rebate in the amount of $59,510. And Page Street Rentals, $285 for a grand total of $262,000. Is it 354,000?
The 854.
Wrong glasses on, but, okay. So,
What Alderman McCarthy said.
yeah, motion. Motion is to accept. Alderman Moriarty?
The Harriman invoice I have is 7,000, not 1,500. It's 7,500, not 1,500. Do I have the wrong invoice?
Yes, actually, that was mistakenly put in the package. That's for Fairgrounds Middle School.
Oh, that was with the email, that, we got an email that corrected that?
Correct,
Okay,
yes.
thank you.
Okay, any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries.
Mr. Chairman, that concludes my report.
Okay, just a couple of things. The finish coat paving is done at Sunset Heights and in the front of the school, but not the back yet.
The gym side is not done yet. It's base paved, and we will finish the top coat before the paving season ends this year.
And the B wing is going to be finished in September. The F wing will conclude in December. And the old admin area still needs to be worked on.
Correct.
Okay.
Question?
Is there anything else that, let's see.
Chair?
Well,
may
yes,
I?
Alderman Moriarty.
Given the, what's left to do, left to complete, do you expect to come in under budget by any amount?
Yes, we do. Still a portion of the contingency that hasn't been used. If things keep going the way they are, where we are, things are looking good.
Okay, thank you.
I would, during the committee meeting, we did discuss a couple of things that are not in the project that we'd probably like to take care of, but I don't think that will exhaust the contingency account when it's done.
Okay.
Okay, so comments by members of the public? Seeing none. Comments by committee members?
I like the idea that it's scheduled.
Alderman Moriarty?
Oh, thank you, Chair. Apologize if you, excuse me. I like the idea that it's not starting at 8, it's starting immediately after this meeting, although I just discovered that when I was checking this, but the 7:30 start time is my preference.
Yeah. So we never know exactly how long construction is going to go, and so we decided, so the meetings aren't going on too long, that we would do it right after the construction. And I was actually going to wait another 5 minutes, but the consensus was to go right into the meeting. So, but you were here anyway.
And as I was driving over, I was thinking the same thing, that it wouldn't hurt for a JSSB member to err on the side of arriving early and catch some of the construction project meeting anyway.
Yes. Mrs. Odom was here early, and she's not part of construction. Came up from the school, goes back to school event.
All right.
Anything else? Mr. Farrington?
I'd just like to thank you guys. You know, once again, you've beat the schedule, come in, looks like the school's in great shape for opening, and I appreciate all your efforts in that behalf.
Appreciate the faith in us. Thank you.
Yeah, I would also just say that the principal of the school, I met him earlier this evening, and he is very happy with the results of the school and what's going on, and the fact that the school will open next Tuesday.
Gentlemen to work with, I'll tell you, made it easy for us.
Okay, anything else? Do I hear a motion?
Move to adjourn.
Motion is to adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We're adjourned at 7:34.